Coming up on See You at USC, we're going to be salsa dancing with the president and vice president of the Latin Fusion team at USC. You won't want to miss this one, so stay tuned. Welcome back to another episode of See You at USC. I'm your Thursday night host, and I'm so excited to be starting Thursday nights off with the president and vice president of Break On 2, our Latin Fusion dance team here on campus, Nischal Mohan and Chloe Arriaga. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you for having us. Yeah.
So for students who don't know on campus, and not just students, but everyone here in Los Angeles, what exactly is Break On 2?
Break On 2 is basically USC's salsa, salsa dancing team, salsa performance team. We started back in 2004, and we've kind of been going since then. It's been a long year.
Is it just salsa dancing?
So salsa is our main focus, but since we're a Latin fusion team, as you mentioned, we do a bunch of Latin dances, and we also fuse them with hip hop and all those things.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what does that mean that you fuse salsa with hip hop? Are they just a mix during your routines, or how does that work?
Basically, it's just we leave it up to the choreographers to decide. So we just wanted to give them the freedom to express themselves however they wanted to. So if that means adding something that doesn't traditionally fit with salsa music, or cutting in some hip-hop stuff and some popping and locking, we're just like, go for it.
Have you guys been dancing since you were little, or was Break On 2 your first experience at dance?
Well, I knew a little bit of basic salsa before I started, but before that, my only dance experience was a little bit of tap when I was probably 5 years old. Okay. Besides that, I've learned everything in this past year, so the team teaches you a lot, and to join the team, you have no experience, or you don't need any experience, which is the great part about it. Very inclusive in that way that we take on anyone who has the passion to dance.
Okay. And so Nish, you're the president, and Chloe's vice president. How long have each of you been on Break On 2?
I joined the team sophomore year, so that was about 2 years ago.
And this will be my second year.
Yeah. Okay, wow. And then so you've only had 1 year dancing salsa. Has tap dancing helped you?
Oh no, honey, that was when I was 5 years old.
Oh, okay.
That's a long time ago. But I like to think that I had some kind of musical background just growing up. So I love music and being able to hear it. So I hope that kind of plays into my salsa ability.
Now, are there students on the team who have had salsa background or Latin dance background?
Definitely, yeah. So in the past, we've definitely had a few dancers here and there, but the majority of dancers have never even heard of salsa before Break On 2, actually.
Wow.
Yeah, so then we have salsa nights that we throw, and it's just like a big party where we dance salsa, and people just show up to one of these things and they're like, oh, I had no idea what this was. And they like it, and then they join.
Isn't it hard to just jump into salsa dancing having no experience? So
yeah.
how do you do that? Do you go to salsa night and just start dancing with people?
So what we try to remedy with that is that we always have lessons at the beginning of every salsa night. So we give people like a solid, good 4 moves, so that they can just do that all night and dance into the song. It can get a little bit repetitive, but it's such a great start.
Yeah.
To just start grooving to the music and just enjoy it, because that's kind of what it's about.
Yeah. So how long did it take each of you to become comfortable social dancing?
Well, it's a bit of a process. So I think it took me about a good few months, but it's different for leads and follows. For follows, you just have to get comfortable with, I guess, being a little bit loose and free-flowing. With leads, you have to have the knowledge of how to move the follow. So what about you? How long did it take?
It took a little while. It took about a year, because for leads, for follows, it's sort of, so we're using salsa terminology, lead. a lead is a person who leads the dance, and the follow is a person who follows the dance.
Now, just to clarify for people who don't know, is a lead always the male partner?
No, it's traditionally been male, but there are plenty of we've got a few dancers on our team, especially, who are just sort of trying to, I think in his words, break the gender binary.
Okay.
Yeah, so it doesn't have to be at all.
So you said that took you a year to kind of get comfortable. Yeah. Is the lead the harder role to do because you are leading the girl?
I wouldn't say hard. I would just say it takes a bit more time to get used to. It's just very different skill sets.
But it's all about practice too. So going out social dancing all the time.
Yeah. So how do you even practice to be good?
Well, we also provide a club annex for our team in addition to our performance team. Our club meets every Wednesday from 9:30 to 11:30. Everyone is welcome to join, even if you did not go to our tryouts earlier this year. You can always come to our club team on Wednesdays. And here our club is led by Richard, who is this phenomenal dancer. He has so much energy, but he's going to be doing some awesome stuff this year, so you don't want to miss out on that.
Yeah.
Now, Break On 2 puts on a performance at the end of the year, or do you guys compete?
So here's the thing. Break On 2, the main Break On 2 team is a performance team. Our main focus is putting on a showcase at the end of spring. But we do have a competition team that we set aside, whoever wants to on the team, get together and perform and compete at salsa competitions, and then we let them do their thing and we organize for them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So some members on the team might participate in competitions.
Yeah. So it's all about who wants to do it.
Okay. Now, since you were talking about how the majority of the dancers on the team haven't had salsa dancing experience, is that difficult to kind of get everyone to the same level for the showcase?
I think it's just a process. It's just about time. So what's remarkable is that everybody who starts out at the beginning of the year, they don't feel like good enough because, as you mentioned, they're like, I have no idea how to dance. Like, what am I doing? But by the end of the year, like, it's always been the same thing. We've been doing this for so many years, and it's always the case that just how the people in the past, the e-boards of the past, have structured it. We always have everyone like in a great place by showcase.
Now, you were both saying that neither of you really had salsa dancing experience prior to joining Break On 2. Do you guys now feel pretty comfortable going out salsa dancing with non-USC students when you go out?
Oh, definitely. That's the fun part. I think it's going out social dancing with Break On 2. It's such a unique way to spend your Friday or your Saturday night because, I mean, who else gets to say that you get to go salsa dancing, in a college? But it's really interesting because the college salsa dancing scene is so huge.
It is?
Yes. So schools from CSULB, UCLA, CSUN, or CSU, Northridge, even all the way up to San Luis Obispo. There's college salsa teams all the way up California. So we get to meet people there, and we've made connections all the way.
So do you guys meet up with different salsa teams and then dance together? Or how does that work?
So basically what happens is, at least in LA, we have like certain clubs, salsa clubs that are just kind of known. Everyone in the community knows them. And they have like, weekly dance nights where there are people just, everyone whoever wants to learn salsa can just come and dance till like about 2 a.m. in the morning. And what happens is college teams have this special thing where we sort of figure out that it's a great way to have a fundraiser, where we just once a month, every college team throws their own salsa college social, and that's like really college friendly. And as a community, like a college community, we just kind of go out and support each other at their salsa nights.
That's awesome. So now with USC's salsa night for Break On 2, can people outside of USC also come?
Yes, but it's like we go through a very strict process of just like vetting them and all of that stuff. So we make sure that they're registered and stuff, but we do allow them to come.
Now, what do you have to bring, or what do you have to do to be able to come to salsa nights? Is anyone on campus welcome?
Definitely, everyone's welcome on campus. We also provide a lesson at the very beginning. So for instance, next Friday is our salsa night at 8 p.m. So at 8 p.m. we will have a lesson teaching everyone the salsa basics, and just bring a good attitude, comfortable shoes, comfortable clothes. We sell water because it's going to get hot.
Oh yes, I'm sure. Is salsa dancing harder than people think it is to do? Would you say it has an element of athleticism?
That's an interesting question. I don't think I've ever thought of it as an athletic activity. It is dancing, definitely. It's harder. It's harder than people think it is, because there's this aspect of, oh, I can see what he's doing, so I can do it myself. And then when you try it, you're like, I have absolutely no clue what I'm doing. But I would say, like, more than athleticism, there's a sort of creativity to it, especially because salsa social dancing is all improv. So we just kind of make it up on the spot, just based on the music that's playing. So.
Do you ever have to practice at home in front of your mirror to get good at it?
That's a technique people have been definitely people on this team have used. I've done it a few times. It's like absolutely. You gotta, like, if you want to really, it's all about how fast you want to get more comfortable with salsa, but it's always an option. But for me, I've always sort of felt like I most enjoy dancing with someone else, and I feel like that's, for me, I try to dance with someone else as much as possible.
Now, I have another question for you, Nish. Do you ever feel a sort of pressure to be really good because you are a lead dancer when you dance with a female?
Initially, yes. Like, definitely when I was learning salsa, there was definitely a lot of, like, wow, these guys, like, when I was new on the team, it was like, these guys are amazing. I'd love to be able to dance like them, but I just can't. And there's definitely a lot of, your own insecurities are brought up and stuff in salsa, but it's like you have to choose to sort of let your love for the dancing sort of just, like, that has to come first. Like, as long as you're like, you know what, I'm going to be terrible. You're not actually terrible. So here's the thing: you're not actually terrible. You just feel bad.
Yeah.
And it's not the truth at all. Like, as long as you're having fun, like, that's it. That's what salsa is.
Chloe, what's your advice for young dancers who really want to be able to go out social dancing but have never done it and are totally uncomfortable getting on that dance floor?
Well, the way I put it, I described it like this to one of my other teammates on the team, but it's like getting into a pool. The worst part of getting into a pool is when you get up to your belly button, but once you just jump in, it's totally fine. So my advice would just be to throw all your worries aside and just ask somebody to dance. And once you feel that satisfaction of having a great dance, then it's going to be totally fine. But just jumping in, that's the worst part. So get over that hump, and it'll be all good.
Was that nerve-wracking for you, Nish, as a lead, having to go up to people and ask them to dance?
Oh yeah, it's absolutely terrifying. It's because, especially if you're not at a college social, like, you're going out to, like, a club, and the people who go to these clubs are all regulars. So they've been dancing salsa for years, and especially the follows. Yeah. And they have a very low tolerance for it's like beginnerly. So they like it's like they're not completely, like, shut you down or anything, but they, like, you'll see them get impatient while you're dancing with them, and that's a little hard to deal with. But
so what's your advice and getting leads to be comfortable to just go up to someone and ask them to dance?
That's honestly, like, the best thing. Honestly, the easiest route is to be part of a team where you're all learning together. So that's the best way to learn if you're dancing with someone, like, not just you and, like, a follow, but, like, you and a bunch of other leads who are completely new, and then you learn together, and then you get to help each other out. But if you want to do the lone wolf route, like, it's definitely doable. Like, it takes a little bit of courage, but it's definitely doable.
So basically, join break on two.
Right.
It'll be easier.
Basically.
Okay, well, we have to take a quick commercial break, but don't go away, because right after the break, we're going to be dancing salsa. Nish and Chloe are both going to teach me some moves, and they're going to demo what social dancing looks like. Stay tuned. Did you listen to the new Kanye album?
Yeah, but it wasn't very good. It's revolutionary to hip hop. It's amazing. Are you serious? It's totally unoriginal and unintelligent. How is it unoriginal and unintelligent? There are 30 samples.
Welcome back to another episode of See You at USC. We are here with the president and vice president of Break Onto, the Latin fusion team on campus. They're actually going to be demoing what social dancing looks like, so I'm going to let them take it away.
Awesome. So, as soon as music,
Oye,
here we go.
te hablo desde la prisión. Wilson Manyoma. Borbona. ¡Que vaya! Y dice... En el mundo en que yo vivo, siempre hay cuatro esquinas. Pero entre esquina y esquina, siempre habrá lo mismo. Para mí no existe cielo, ni luna, ni estrellas. Para mí no alumbra el sol, para mí todo es tinieblas. Ay, 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 que negro es mi destino. Ay, 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 todos de mí se alejan. Ay, 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 perdí toda esperanza. Ay, adiós, solo llega a mis caras. Te hablo desde aquí y que bufante. ¡Que vaya! Condenado para siempre en esta horrible celda, donde no llega el cariño ni la voz de nadie. Aquí me paso los días y la noche entera, solo vivo del recuerdo eterno de mi madre. Ay, 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 solo espero que llegue. Ay, 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 el día que la muerte, ay, 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 me lleve a estar con ella. Ay, al fin, a cambiar a mi suerte. Cuento el lamento a los de Villanueva.
Woo! That was awesome, you guys.
Thank you.
And none of that was choreographed?
Oh
No.
no.
That was all improv. So you just like 2 minutes of twirling.
Basically, yeah.
and fooling around with the mic, you know. I mean,
I was so impressed. You can just shove this over here and then it's out of the way. I know, I was so impressed. You didn't let that bother you at all.
no, you just got to the flow, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to learn some basics. I went to salsa night and I'm actually a new member on the team, so I kind of know a little bit, but I don't have salsa background. So let's show our viewers what the basic is, and then maybe you guys can teach me something that will make me look good on the dance floor.
Okay. Yeah, so we'll like break down the real, like the really basic salsa basic. Basically, the salsa basic is made on a 1/8 count, so it's 2 halves, 1/8 count. This is what it looks like. So it's 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. So that's if you split that into 2. What you're doing is you're stepping forward with your left foot on 1, back with your right foot on 2, and then in place with your left foot on 3. And then you pause for a count. This is super important because the pause is that 1 second pause, that 1 count pause is salsa. And then on 5, you're back on the right, and then forward on the left on 6, and then in place with your right on 7. And that's the salsa basic. If you put it together, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7.
What do I do with my hands?
You're going to want to keep them at your waist about. Keep your hands really loose and relaxed. You don't want them down here so you're all, loosey-goosey with your arms, but keep them right here.
Okay.
Right at the side. And for the follows.
For the follows, when you're doing a partner dance, you start on your left or your right foot, but you're going back this time. So you go 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Lauren, you're a natural. It's like you've danced before.
I have danced before. Full disclosure, I've danced before, but not salsa, just ballet.
Beautiful.
And hip hop.
So basically, how that works is you're basically mirroring each other, right? So while the leads, their basic is going forward, the follows, your basic is starting backwards. But all that's actually happening is you're switching the halves. So it's the same basic. So we're still doing the same thing. We're just switching the timing. So that way we're actually mirroring each other, not like
Stepping on
running
each other's
into
toes.
each other.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's the salsa basic. So if we can like put that together, it's 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. And
Okay.
that's the salsa basic.
Okay, I think I can do that. But then don't people say, like, I can't do that for the whole song?
Exactly.
It's probably not. It's probably a good idea to not do that for the whole song, but it's definitely like something you come back to as you're dancing, and it's the foundation of salsa because while you may be doing whatever move you want, you're still, if you notice, my feet and her feet are still doing the same. We're still stepping on the same counts.
Okay.
So all of this stuff is like whatever fancy stuff that we're doing. Our feet are still moving on the same counts. 1, 2, 3, 5,
Left
6,
first,
7.
you said? Okay.
Going back, yeah. So, or actually, sorry, right first, going back.
Okay,
1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Perfect.
Okay.
And just stepping it out the whole time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Should I try that or should
Yeah.
we?
Oh,
can
give
I
her a
give it a
spin.
try?
Definitely.
Okay. So
Yeah.
I stand here or where do you want?
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
So yeah, we can do this here. So the leads basically they offer their hands and the follows, they put them there if they're
Okay.
not too scared. And then we start on 1, so it's 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. And that's
Okay.
it. That's
I
the
noticed
basic.
that there's a lot of, like, your arms are not loose.
Absolutely.
Can you explain that a little bit? So
Yes. So one of the main core things about salsa is you're sort of leading with your core. So your arms can't be floppy. It's one of the other reasons you can't really dance salsa like this and they're by your side is because they're all connected to your core. So that's why, like, when we're dancing, we need to have some sort of tension, right? So that means if I push, she gives me something to push, as opposed to, like, just, if I want to move her, it's just like, whoop, what's going on? Right, so that allows me to turn her. So if you notice, like, she's providing the tension
Okay.
in her arm that allows me to turn her. Otherwise, she just move her arm and stay in the same place.
Okay. Can I try it with music?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who should I dance
Oh,
with?
with Nish, absolutely.
Yes.
Okay. Can we play some of our second song?
Yeah.
Okay. And then am I just gonna follow you and you'll spin me?
Yes, I can spin.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
So then we're gonna match the counts to the music. So it goes 1, 2, 3. 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7.
Did I get it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
you got it.
Beautiful.
Definitely.
I got the
Awesome.
little spin. Okay. And then what about if you want to do like a dip?
That's yeah. Okay.
You guys
Definitely. So dips are sort of finishing moves that you sort of use to add like nice beats in the song. Right? So you can chain any move that you like. Say I just basically chain a crossbody turn. And what happens? I just instead of ending it opposite each other, I put her arm around my neck, and then I support her so that she's not going to fall off if I drop.
Okay. So Chloe, is there a proper way for girls to do a dip?
Yeah. So you don't want to just throw yourself at the lead. I've done that many times, and I learned the hard way that catches them off guard. So you really want to just keep your core tight, so your stomach is tight right here, and you're just holding on. And you usually put your left leg out, or whatever leg is on the outside, and your other leg that is on the inside is bent to give you support.
Okay. So you do have to use some abs and salsa.
Oh yeah, no.
Definitely.
You know what? Actually, it is a sport, I would say. It's a contact sport.
That's true, and there's some cardio involved too.
Definitely.
You guys have to warm up,
cardio.
I'm sure.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for doing the little lesson. I do have a couple of questions for you still. So first off, how did you even find out about Break On 2, and what made you join not having any salsa experience before that?
Well, I was an RA last year, and Break On 2 came to give a dorm promo night at Marks Hall. And so I decided to go, and I saw them all dancing, and I was all, you know what? Let me try it out. So I tried out, decided to be spontaneous, take a chance, and it's one of my best decisions I've made here at USC.
What about you, Nish?
Yeah. I had never bothered to dance before in my life because I thought I was terrible at it. And then 2.5 years ago, as a sophomore, as a freshman actually, I took a ballroom dancing class with Jay Fuentes. And I was just like, I have no idea what this is. Never done this before, but it sounds fun. It sounds a lot of fun. And then we sort of, we went through all the partner dancings and we ended with salsa. I was like, I want to do more of that, definitely.
And you guys have since become obsessed with it?
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
Well, unfortunately, we're running out of time. I have 3 quick questions. These are a fun little game I like to play.
Okay.
So if you were a salsa or Latin dance move, what would best represent you?
Ooh, a body roll. Hey!
I love that. I love that.
I would be a crossbody.
What's that?
A crossbody. This is what a crossbody is. It's just 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. You just switch places.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
That's what it is.
Interesting. That's an interesting.
I have no idea why. That's just popped in my head. I'm a crossbody.
And if you guys were a salsa, would you be mild, medium, or hot?
I'd definitely be a mild.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I'd be like, I have no idea. Like I'd
Hot?
be like kind of sweet.
Medium?
Yeah, hot and sweet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that
definitely
even
like
a
sweet.
salsa? Okay.
I have no idea.
Okay.
I
well,
really have no clue.
Thank you guys so much for coming on See You at USC. That was awesome. Showing our viewers how to social dance. Be sure to tune in every weeknight right here on Trojan Vision. Well, you can watch us live at 6:30 every night of the week. Thank you.
You're watching Trojan Vision. For more of your favorite shows, check us out at trojanvision.com and like us on Facebook.
Here's the story.